Hey everyone, Kyle here from Poseidon's Pets. Welcome to our weekly stream, our weekly giveaway, and all of the shrimp questions and answers that you guys can think of. So, big shout out to all my members. Thank you guys so much for your continued contributions. Thank you guys all for your contributions. Your continued contributions. You guys are awesome. Go ahead and shrimp emoji bomb for all the members out there. So today we got a regular Wednesday stream for you. So today we are going to be answering any questions that you may have, as well as we'll do a small giveaway later. So definitely some good stuff. I'm glad to be here with you guys on this lovely Wednesday. Let's go ahead and check in with chat, see who's all in here. Tim, Crypt Keeper Aquatics. Welcome, Tim. Reading your first comment that you posted. Will Kyle fall off a ladder today? Hey, I went 3 hours on that live stream, and I didn't fall off a ladder. So, I must have been doing pretty good there. But thank you guys for everybody who was in here. Why does the camera look so weird? Is it the extra light? I added more tanks, more lights. Yeah, the camera looks weird. 2 seconds. Let's turn this light off. Let's see. Oh, I'm too short for those lights. I'm just gonna unplug them. There we go. Now it doesn't look like I've got this giant glare on my face. That's better. There we go. All right. But yes, thank you guys for joining the live stream chaos that was last week, to where we built the central airline in the shrimp room. That was a lot of fun, a lot of chaos. I'm sure you guys enjoyed it quite a bit. Lady Rorschach in here. How are you? Dr. Anthony, welcome. Let's see who else we got. Glows, how are you, Glows? Robbie Sudarshan, how are you? Shout out from India. Shout out from Arizona. John Morgan, welcome. JR, AC85 Lifestyle. Kevin Tam. Kevin Tam asked, did you end up sealing the PVC connection? Nope, I just left it. It's all compression fitted. Tim asked, what floating plants are in those tanks behind you? So those are Salvinia minima and then duckweed. So basic floaters. Baby. Calling people shrimp nerds. How dare you? Oh, I know what it is. My brightness is way too far up. And brightness level. Ooh. Look at that. Now you don't see that big glare in my glasses. See, that's better. I was like, what is going on? Why does this look so funny? I hope we all have a good day too. JR says, I hope we all have a great day. Tim says, is the new pump quieter now that it is all connected? Yes. So it is super quiet now. And if you guys notice anything different about this tank, so something happened to my mixed Caridina tank, probably the same thing that happened, to the rest of my tanks, or the other tanks I had. Had some die-offs happening, not sure what the case was, but I ended up moving my Shadow Missouri and my Shadow Panda, my Black King Kong Blue Bolt colony into the mixed Caridina tank, as well as my Tang Tai colony. So I gave up on those breeding projects for now. I wanted to make more room for grow outs for the tanks that were doing well. So I ended up just mixing all those guys into this tank. And part of the reason for that is my Black King Kongs were not pure Black King Kongs. I'm pretty sure they had some orange eye blue tiger genetics in them. So they were a Mischling. So they were a hybrid. And my Tang Tais were just struggling. And so I decided to add them all to one tank and then redid the tanks, added some cool stuff. So I figured now that I've gotten my tanks starting to breed and do well, I wanted to separate some of the juveniles and get grow outs going on. Julianne Scott, how are you? Says, hi from Scotland. Lost my blue dream today. It's as if they just disappear. Any advice? Do you have fishing? And what kind of parameters are you using? Daniel Valles, how are you? Abstract Aquarius, welcome to the stream. If some of my moderators want to do me a favor and share the stream to Facebook, I didn't get a chance. That would be very helpful. Mystery Snail Guardians, how are you? So Julianne Scott says, no fish. It's probably a water parameter issue, either that or you are overfeeding. So if they're dying off, that's one thing. If they're just disappearing, maybe you have too many hides in the tank that they're just starting to hide. But usually it's incorrect water parameters, overfeeding, some type of contaminant in the water. So there's all kinds of factors that can affect your shrimp to die off. Logan Sneed asked, do you raise any lobsters to eat? I wish I did. I would have more money to spend on shrimp if I could raise some lobsters. Papa Shrimp, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Jerry. And I'm going to fix the camera. I don't know about you guys, but I just absolutely love staring at substrate. That's my favorite thing to do is stare at some substrate. That's terrible. All right, 2 seconds. Better one or better two? Better one or better two? It's like going to the optometrist and slide those things over your eyes. Now I feel like we're too close. Now you guys get what you get. Kind of in a whatever mood today, so you get what you get. Keystone Clash, how are you? Clashy has arrived. Rob, welcome. Abstract Aquarius says, are black Neocaridina with a brown backline considered a coal? Backline is just a trait that shows up. So you can breed them and they can have no backline. You can breed them and they can have a backline. You can, have a backline 1 month and then the next month they disappear. It's something that can just show up. With Neos, they tend to, fluctuate their colors. Jerry said, ooh, Rob's here too, getting envious. Tim says, just shared to 8 Facebook groups for you. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Yeah, so JR says, there are some nice black King Kongs. They're really nice looking. So they were part of my Black King Kong Extreme colony. But the thing is, I had orange eye blue tigers in that tank. So I don't know for 100% that those are pure Black King Kongs, hence why they're in my coal tank. I would love to set up another tank with some Black King Kongs. These actually came from Mike Coleman. They were one of my first varieties of shrimp that I ever kept. But I'm fairly confident that they are not 100% Black King Kong. So they are probably a Thai B. so closer to a Tai Tai B backline than a black King Kong, because some of the King Kongs actually have those head spots and almost that backline pattern. So, but they are definitely nice looking, super dark black, and then just a couple head spots, and then that white tip tail. Julianne Scott says, I think I've been overfeeding. I take the detritus worms out with a turkey baster. Yeah, if you're seeing a lot of little bacteria, or not bacteria, microflora and fauna, usually that's a sign that you're overfeeding if you see too much. So you want to have a good population, but not too much. If you're seeing tons of detritus worms swimming around, then you're way overfeeding. Abstract Aquarius says, that's cool. Your shrimp are in a bathtub. So these are feeding dishes brought to you by Poseidon's Pets. So Poseidon'sPets.com, you can get feeding dishes like this. They go up against the glass. But great way to show off your shrimp. Shameless plug right there. While we're talking about shameless plugs, I have a sale going on right now on the website. So spend $20 on Moss accessories, get 20% off. So 20% off on Moss accessories when you spend $20 or more. So if you're looking for some stuff for your shrimp tanks, go check out Poseidon'sPets.com. Liquid Zoo, what's up, Matt? How are you? Kevin Tam says, any tips on increasing baby survival rate? Yes, powdered foods. I was having a hard time with baby survival. Stopped doing water changes and started feeding powdered foods. And lo and behold, I have tons of babies in all my tanks now. So only do water changes when you see nitrates above 5. That's what I've been doing lately. And then powdered foods daily, small amounts. Like, I'll show you what I use. Actually, I should put these on the website. So I did not have a spoon small enough for the amount of powdered foods that I wanted to feed. So I 3D printed one. So if you look at this guy, you can see like how little that is, like compared to my fingernail, like the amount of food that is, like very, very tiny amount of food fed daily. And I feed that to all my tanks. And then I feed every 3 days, alternating between spinach and pellets. But that has helped me quite a bit. Since I started switching things up, I've been seeing less deaths in my tanks. I've been seeing more baby survival. Overall, it just seems like the tanks are doing a lot better. So I'm still, after 2 years, I'm still working on dialing everything in. You know, you can do everything right. You do one thing wrong one time and you kill all your shrimp. And I've had a massive shrimp graveyard for a long time, but I don't want that to happen again. Julianne Scott says, your shrimp look amazing. Thank you. This is actually a tank that's been struggling lately. So JR says, quick question from Black Galaxy and Pentos. I guess what can you get or create? Will you be able to do Black King Kong Extreme or Shadow Pandas? So Black King Kong Extreme and Shadow Pandas are both Taiwan Bs. So they are a pure Taiwan B. To get Black King Kong Extreme, I couldn't tell you the process. I'm guessing it's some type of crystal mix. But to get like a Shadow Panda, I believe you cross the Blue Bolt with crystals, or maybe you cross I think it's Blue Bolt with crystals. I'm not 100%. But for what I was trying to do was I was mixing my Blue Bolt Extremes or my Black King Kong Extremes with Blue Bolts to see what happened. And I ended up getting some shrimp that kind of look like pinto-ish. I'll see if I see one of them in here. There's a couple babies from that tank, but they started to look like, pintos, which to me, that led me to believe that my blue bolts are not pure blue bolts. Because if I'm getting tiger patterns out of a Taiwan cross, that means that somewhere my genetics are not pure. My Black King Kong Extremes either have some tiger genes in them, or my blue bolts have some tiger genes, which you can see some of them have that, black head spot that may indicate that they're either blue steels or closer to like a Shadow Missouri. So once I started seeing some of the offspring come out with tiger patterns, I knew that the experiment was no good any longer and had to start over. But to cross a Black Galaxy and Pinto, I think that answers your question. So from Black Galaxy and Pintos, what can you get or create? Will you be able to do Black King Kong Extreme or Shadow Pandas? To answer the question, no, you can't go backwards because they're all Taiwan Bs. So King Kong Extremes and Shadow Pandas are Taiwan Bs. Galaxies and Pintos are a Tai B, essentially. They got tiger genes in them. In this tank, I'm using Brightwell. Mystery Snail Guardians asks what substrate this is, what brand of substrate. So this is Brightwell, Floor, and Vulcanite. Papa Shrimp right on the nose says, almost looks like Cafe Rio Brightwell, but I'm guessing. Jeff Kane, welcome. How are you? Ryan says, oh, thank heavens. I get to listen to you on my way home. You want me to do some ASMR? Drive safe, Ryan. Ryan, drive safe. Tim says, if you cross the Black King Kong with orange eyes, it's a Tai B until you cross the offspring back with a Black King Kong and get the double pigment and backlines come from Serrata Tiger, not Mary Eye. Backlines come from Serrata, not Mary Eye? Really? Okay. Yeah, so these would be a Tai B, not a Tai B. So what you're saying is a Tai B is a we're gonna get into some genetics here if anybody wants to zone out for a second. So a Black King Kong with an orange eye would be a Taiwan B crossed with a Caridina Mary Eye, which would then make a Tai B, TAIBEE. So then that's Tai B, Tang, Tai. Anyways, so that would make a Tai B. Yeah, what you said. I already confused myself. So yeah, like I said, if you want to zone out. So yeah, cross Black King Kong with orange eye. It's a Tai B until you cross the offspring back with a Black King Kong and get the double pigment. And backlines come from Serrata Tiger, not Mary Eye. So to get a Tai B, that's when you cross it back with the Black King Kong, which I think that's where some of these genetics started to come from. Was that tank was going for a while. So I had some orange eye blue tigers in there and some Black King Kongs, like that orange eye that you see, or not orange eye, that Black King Kong Extreme you see that's just off the edge of the screen there on the right. You can see that its spots are blue. So it's got some blue spots in it, which I'm not 100% on the genetics of some of these shrimp, which is what happens when you start mixing them. So unless you really want to, muddy up your genes, don't mix your shrimp. Otherwise, you're just going to have to cull them all like I did. Anyways, I lost my train of thought. So Julianne Scott says, thank you all for the advice. I hope it helped. I feel like I didn't really answer your question for you, but without really knowing too much more, like if you wanted to share like your water parameters, what kind of like TDS, KH, and GH you have, then we could kind of help you a little bit more. But I know if you're seeing a lot of detritus worms and stuff, you may be overfeeding. What I would do is just check your nitrates. If your nitrates are high, then you want to do a water change. But I'll tell you, I've had Neos that were in like almost 100 parts per million nitrates, and they were fine. Some of my planted tanks, I don't do water changes on them, and they get in that higher range. I have my coal Neos down here in water parameters that were in the 60s for nitrates, and they're doing fine. So it's hard to say. Usually if you're overfeeding, if the water parameters aren't correct, then they like stability. If you're switching things up too much on them, I think mine do well because I neglect them. If you do too many water changes, you're gonna affect them. And since I don't do water changes pretty much in my Neo tanks, that they do okay. So Ozzy's Offish, how are you? Says good evening, everyone. New local Austin. Hey, shrimp time. Brandon says hello. Hello, Brandon. Papa Shrimp says, I'll be sharing that info on my stream. If you don't mind, Kyle, was going to do a look-see on the interwebs for shrimpy stuff deals to share with everyone. Yeah, if you want to advertise the website, if that's what you're referencing, I appreciate it. You know, all sales, all donations, all memberships, they all go back to the Shrimp Room and you guys for giveaways and just expanding the Shrimp Room. So definitely appreciate everything you guys do. And if you want to become a member, you know, it gives you access to all these lovely, you know, shrimp emojis. All my members out there, if you want to do a shrimp emoji bomb real quick. I know I'm a little behind on chat. Sorry, guys. But yes, definitely all donation, super chat, stuff like that. It's all appreciated. And then I do have some cool stuff on my website, and I just put some shrimp up on there. So once this tank stabilizes and I stop seeing issues with it, I'm going to be putting these guys on there too. So once I get them breeding again, I'll have my mixed Caridina on there, and I'll get some cool stuff going on. I see that way down there. Papa Shrimp with the new member. Thank you, Papa Shrimp. Jerry, you're awesome, man. All right, got to scroll back up to where I was. Yeah, like I was saying, all proceeds go back into the Shrimp Room. Lady Rorschach says, once I'm able to master Neos, I would love to try some Caridinas. I just don't know if I have the right water for them. You want to set up the tank for them, that's for sure. Abstract Aquarius says, am I the only one that doesn't see bodies and shrimp just disappear? So in a healthy tank, your shrimp will eat the dead bodies. I do death checks twice a day to check to see if I have any dead shrimp. That's just because I know they're going to eat it real quick. Lady Rorschach, am I illiterate in Caridinas? What's the variety seen here, Kyle? I adore the black and whites, blues, and yellow varieties seen here. So those would be a Thai bee. So those are my Thai bees, which is a cross between a Taiwan bee and a tiger shrimp. So you can see they have like the yellows and the whites and the blacks and those. There's also Tang Thais, which are a cross between a tangerine tiger and a Taiwan bee. So this tank is just a mix of Caridina. So it's a mix of Caridina cantonensis, Caridina maryi, and Caridina serrata, which that's where you start to see some of these cool colors. Rob says Pintos are a hybrid. You can get Taiwan bees as offspring, but they won't be 100% Taiwan bees. That's where you start to see like your blue steels. So my Pinto tank drops a lot of blue bolt looking shrimp, but they're not real blue bolts. They would be considered blue steel because they have tiger genes. So he is absolutely 100% correct. Like some of these crystal shrimp in here, I would not consider them crystal shrimp. So they may look like crystal shrimp, but they most likely have tiger genetics. So even though they have that traditional crystal black and crystal red pattern, I know it's not true. Sandy Farrell, how are you? Wow, I'm really behind. All right, I'm going to catch up. Sorry, guys. Dr. Anthony says you need to get some more of the white shrimp. Yes, those were gorgeous. I need to find out where those came from. I was actually thinking about them the other day. Jerry says that's exactly what I would sound like spitting out genetic speak. Yeah, I've got an understanding of it to a certain extent, but Grant and Tim's been like Grant's apprentice and learning all this stuff, so I definitely appreciate it. And don't feel bashful in correcting me. If I misspeak, let me know because I'm still learning too. So if I say something that's not right, somebody tell me. I don't want anybody else to think otherwise. Coro works. Hashtag old air pump. So Coro was saying I need to do a giveaway for my old air pumps, my old pot flies. Julianne Scott says, what should be my water parameter? And yes, I'm guilty of doing too much instead of leaving it alone. Neocaridina will do good in a range of parameters. So they like harder water with a higher pH. So they like a pH above 7. So Caridina shrimp, like you see here, they want lower pH, like 5.5 to 6. So your Neos are going to want harder water. Tim with another shameless plug. Thank you, Tim. Coral says, I love shrimp. Jeff Kane, is there a link to the website? Papa Shrimp. Got to share the love. JR set up a tank for Galaxy. Should be cycled and ready to go. There you go, man. Did June jump in here? I don't see her. Oh, there. Hey, June, how are you? Only Oscars. Welcome, welcome. Red Galaxies look really nice as well as the blacks. I've got some nice red Pintos. I need to get them going again. They're currently in my Pinto tank. Sharkfin Adventure says, what's the name of the green shrimp? The green shrimp in here? Are you talking about my shrimp? Because those are green apples. They're a Caridina serrata that I've been working on. And I can sell you some if you live in the U.S. Just place an order on my website for the tangerine tigers and tell me you want the Aura greens and all, or the green apples, and I'll put them in there for you. Caridina, Tim. Tim says, what white shrimp? Neos or Caridina? I want to say they were some super pure white, either golden bees or I don't think they were, I think they were snow whites. Almost caught up on chat. Tim says, came from Plamsky before his colony crash. June says, no wonder my Neos are doing good. I have rock water. Tim says pure white line is also called snow whites. Shark fin, I missed it. Hopefully it comes on screen again. Yeah, they already moved the food, so they're already about to running around the tank. So pure white line, snow whites. So I don't know where they came from. They came from Dallas Aquashella. They were donated as a. They didn't want them sent back, so I'm not sure if it was Plamsky shrimp or somebody else, but they were super white, and I ended up with all males, so I had no females. I had them in a tank by themselves, but they looked good. Tim says, do you still have Calcio? I do, my friend, and I probably have enough to sell if you want some. The tank is doing great. Bunch of buried females, bunch of babies in there. I have some juveniles I was hoping to grow out to become more breeders, but if you're looking for some, let me know. I could be persuaded to part with a few of them. Especially because I want to expand the shrimp room. I can always buy more shrimp. I want to expand. So I need to I almost sold off the colonies that I put into this tank. So the colonies that I dropped into this tank, I almost sold off. I wonder if I put another piece of food in there, if they'll go after it. Oh, sorry, Didi. I missed your original one. Didi says, got the Black Galaxy Pentos. I won on your channel. Melissa has some awesome shrimp. Said they got lost in the mail, but she gave me some blue Mazuras instead. The blacks finally came 2 days before the replacements. UPS said they never got the box. Not true. Yeah, so for my 5,000 subscriber giveaway, some of you guys won some shrimp from John and Michelle Morgan, and most of us got the packages right away. Everything was good. I know there was a couple of you that the post office just struggled to deliver it, and that's the unfortunate thing in this hobby, is that we are held hostage to the post office, to FedEx, to UPS. And I know we all do our best to make sure that they make it on time, but from the sounds of it, that package was in the mail for over 14 days. I think by my math, it was 18 days, because Michelle was keeping me updated on the whole thing. And I was busy at work with President's Day. So I definitely appreciate her, taking care of everything for you guys. And I'm sorry I didn't reach out personally, but I know she was handling it. But yeah, so for them to survive 18 days in the mail, that's awesome. I felt so bad when she said that they got lost, because all I could think about was the shrimp just sitting somewhere under a conveyor belt or something in the post office, and just slowly succumbing to that terrible fate of being in a bag of water. So I'm glad that they were able to make it to you, and you got them. I do apologize that it took so long. Tim says, are they red, black, or blue Calcio? I have blue Dragon Bloods. I have red Calcios. I don't have any black Calcios, but if you mix red and blues, you get blacks. Found that out. Boots and Cats, how are you? Says, I bought Food Fight after seeing the food comparison stream, and my shrimp do actually fight over it. That's good stuff. Jamie, how are you? Long time no see, man. Kyle started the stream too early. Coro says, I wish I had enough money for all the different kinds of foods I want to try and provide for the shrimp. I feel ya. Jerry says, hey, Kyle, are you going to North Carolina for the Aquatic Expo? I have a company trip in April that we are going to the Dominican Republic. So all of my funds are tied up in that, as well as just catching up on bills. So I will probably not be going to Aquashella, probably won't be going to the Aquatic Expo. I'm hoping to make the Florida trip, but we'll see. Unless I get a big windfall or something, then I just don't have the funds. I've invested too much in the shrimp room, got to pay off some debts. Dee Dee says, yes, Michelle, not Melissa. That's all good. I get names wrong all the time. I call you guys different stuff. I keep wanting to call John Ron, and then Matt from Fish Fam, Liquid Zoo. I want to call him Mark. So if I call you the wrong name, I still love you. Nothing personal. Tolan says, going to raise and breed crystal red shrimp and celestial danio in separate tanks, of course. There you go. Dee Dee says, yes, a long time. They are in great shape. I'm glad that they're doing good. I was worried. Tim says, Jamie, if you think this stream is early, you'd hate the other shrimp YouTuber stream time, 9 a.m. Shameless self-plug. Yes, John says, we're glad they're doing well. I know, it's all of us are stressed out about it. Like, no, how could you lose the shrimp in the mail? Abshak says, can't wait for the next live stream. What's that upgrade going to be? And will there be a fan involved? Probably not. So it's just a matter of setting up more tanks, which I've already got 2 more 5 gallons up on the rack. And I only set up the 5 gallons because that's all I have. I'm hoping to have some extra money while the Petco sale's going on, because I want to get a couple more 10 gallons. I want to get at least 2 more, but I would love to fill the top rack and do all 7 up there. But by my math, that's about $100. So, super chat away. But until I get that money, it may have to wait until the next 50% off sale at Petco. But no fan involved. Just setting up tanks, pouring substrate, and then plugging in filters. Nothing exciting. Actually, Kyle always has fans here in chat. June says the leaf trap is awesome. The shrimp trays are great if I get the food in the tray. Yeah, that's why I use the tweezers. So you got to have the tweezers in there. I don't know how many times I missed the tray. Do you guys want to actually see some shrimp instead of the feeding tray? I don't know what these guys are doing over here in the corner, but maybe that'll be more interesting than the feeding tray. Is that the green shrimp you were talking about? That guy right there? There you go. You get to see the green shrimp. I've still been working on the leaf clips. So the issue I've been having with the almond leaf clips is when I print them, the clip part keeps breaking off. So every time I pinch it to clip it, it just snaps right off. So I've printed quite a few. I've redesigned quite a few. I don't want to sell a product that's going to break on you guys. I have no issues replacing products if they break. Like, I'll ship them out to you. That's fine. But I don't want you guys to spend money on something that's going to break. I don't want you to have to be careful with it. If I want it to be resilient, that you could drop it, you could smash this into the side of the tank, step on it. I don't want to create something that's going to fail on you. You know, the world's full of inferior products, and if I end up breaking it, that's fine for my personal use, but I don't want you guys to break stuff. Caprice, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Mystery Snail Guardians, your shrimp want more food. I know. Rob says, we had a box from Nico in France come to the U.S., sit at customs, and ended up back in France. 3 weeks in the box and all alive. They were Stardust. That's awesome. Jamie says, just got my order of some nice, deep, dark blue shrimp today. I read that as just got my order of some nice, cheap, dark blue shrimp today. June said, or June, have you tried using a feeding tube? I got a glass tube with suction cups on Amazon. Leads to my feeding dish. Yeah, so those are great. Or you can just use tweezers, drop it in. I used to have a tube somewhere that I would use, but I figure, so this is my thoughts behind it. Drop the food in. If you make it, you don't have to use the tweezers. But if you miss, then you can use the tweezers. So it's like a 50-50 chance. It's like when you throw paper into the wastebasket. You're 100% going to have to walk it over and drop it in. Or if you make it in, there's a chance you don't have to walk over, you know? I'll teach you how to be lazy. Tim 2, how are you, Tim? Welcome to the stream. Tim wants to see the Calcio. What's today? I'm on a strict feeding schedule to promote breeding. Today is Wednesday. It would be a day early. So Thursday would be, tomorrow is a spinach day. So I could show off the Calcios, but I don't want to feed them. What Calcios do you want to see, Tim? Do you want to see the blue dragon bloods or the red Calcios? Just for you, buddy. Ryan says, I ordered Blue Dreams, and due to my illness, I forgot about them. They stayed in the mailbox for 4 days. They were just fine. Oh, no. I hope they were okay, man. Jerry says, put a radius for sharp corners to help stabilize the clip portion. So where it's breaking is it's at the part that the little half circle that the suction cup goes into. So the way I build it is you have this like half circle for the suction cup to go inside, but I had it like this. So you had some plastic on this side, and then you had the clip on this side. Well, this little piece here kept breaking off because it's just dead space when it prints. So I turned the suction cup sideways, and that seems to work better. But now it's not printing right, so I got to print it a few more times. But with the sale on my website, my printer's going full blast right now to make up for some orders. Let's see. So Tolan said, going to breed the shrimp in a 40-gallon and the Celestial Danios in a 10-gallon. It'll probably take some months before that happens. Thanks for the super chat. Definitely appreciate it. That's the way to do it. You know, if I could have 40 gallons in all my tanks, I would. If I could do a bunch of 40 gallons, because the more water, the less parameter swings. So definitely good. So June says, I glued 3 sides, left the one side to slide the leaf in. Works good. So June, when I make those almond leaf cages, I actually melt the corners. So when you received it, was it all in one piece, or did you have to glue it back together? Because that should have came solid, and I just want to make sure for like quality control that, you know, it didn't come apart on you. Abstract says, would you do custom prints? Yeah, as long as I can do it. I know I'm working on a piece for Tim right now, which Tim, I have some designs I want to run over with you. So don't let me forget about you. David Salisbury, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Says, will Fancy Tigers and Blue Bolts hybridize? If so, what would they make? So fancy tigers and blue bolts will cross together. As far as like what will it make, I couldn't tell you. I have no idea. Jay Stowe says, is that Hookerichia moss? It is. It is hooker moss. Hey, Dave. Ryan says, still doing well. They were cold. Neos are pretty solid. Tim, did you answer me? What calcias do you want to see? Am I missing your chat? You said, can we see the calcios? And then you did a shrimp emoji bomb. And then I didn't see your answer if you did. Did you send him those magnets that you showed me for the filters? June says, it was in 2 pieces. I probably broke it putting together. It was easy fix, super glue to the rescue. All right. I was trying to find a way to print it that it wasn't going to break, but I'm glad you were able to figure it out. Tim says, blue calcio. All right. Yeah, I can feed that tank. Oh, that tank is prolific enough that they could eat today and tomorrow. There's actually tons of babies in that tank right now. If you wanted my red calcios, I was going to tell you no. I'm very strict on my feeding schedule nowadays. So I'll move the camera and then we'll get things going for the giveaway. Only going to feed a little bit of food though. All right, got to move the camera. 2 seconds. See if I can. It's going to have to come down. Let there be light. Oh gosh, it's so bright. That's so bright. That's blinding me. That's killed me. All right, watch out, babies. Come on. So many little tiny babies in this tank. We'll see how long this food stays in the tray. I give it 2 seconds. First one's going to come and take it. Wow. All right, catch up on chat real quick. Tim says, didn't hear your question. I see how it is, not paying attention to me. Lady Rorschach says, that hooker moss looks lovely. Where do you acquire yours, Kyle? I purchased mine from Lucky Aquatics a long time ago, and I actually sell it on my website. So if you are looking for some hooker moss, go ahead and check out PoseidonsPets.com. Aaron's Water Buddy says, how can I measure 200 milliliters without a milliliter measuring cup? I use medicine droppers, and they have 10 milliliters in them. So that would be about 20 of those. But you can just look up the conversion. So convert milliliters to tablespoons. See that shrimp try to take it? Yeah, convert milliliters to tablespoons or cups. It's your best bet. She was in here earlier. She probably got bored of our shenanigans. Tim says, FYI, the wine reds are awesome. Glad to hear it, Tim. Glad they got there okay. June says, I forgot the leaves make the water dark. Thought something was wrong with the water. Senior moment. That's okay. It happens. Look at that big buried female in the back there. I wonder if I take this off, if it'll be any better. Oh, that's worse. That is absolutely worse. I messed up. I shouldn't have touched it. Sorry, guys. See what I get for trying to make the shot better for you guys? I end up making it worse. There you go. Oh, geez. Oh, I'm good. I'm all right. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Ryan says, I feel the feeding schedule. Yes. Strict feeding schedule. I've got it. I got it written out on my little whiteboard over there. That's what I was looking at earlier. No, you don't mess with the schedule. But this tank has tons of shrimp in it. I figured it would be fine. Tolan with another super chat. You're awesome, man. Thank you so much. Or woman. Are you supposed to do a 25% water change once a week or 10% water change for shrimp? Whatever works for you. That I can't stress that enough. Whatever works for you. You can do 10% a week and it works. You can do 25% a week and it works. You can do both of those and not work. So I was doing 10% every week and I was having deaths. I was having low baby survival and just wasn't working. I upped it up to 20% a week. I was having deaths. I was having low baby survival. Wasn't working. I then did 10% every 2 weeks. I was having deaths. Low baby survival. Wasn't working. So you see a pattern here. So finally, I was like, you know what? All of my issues seem to arise after water changes. No matter what I did, I'll drip it back in. The water parameters super perfect as to what's in the tank already. I'm matching temperature. I'm matching pH. I'm matching TDS. Everything's spot on. The shrimp shouldn't even be able to taste the difference. And I'm having deaths, low baby survival. So I figured I would do the opposite. You know, there's a gentleman by the name of Carrick Payton. Some of you may know him. He's on Facebook. But he has adopted the strategy of no water changes, basically. And it is against the norm. And I am a big believer of no water changes in my planted tanks. So it wasn't too far-fetched for me. Basically, the idea is a large bed of substrate and watch your nitrates. So you want to have lots of plants. Make sure you are topping off with pure RO, keeping an eye on your TDS, and making sure you don't have any GH creep. But the goal is basically no nitrates. So nitrates below or below 10 essentially. And just don't do a lot of water changes. If your nitrates get above 5, then do a 20% water change and test again in a week. If it is still above 5, do the same thing. And the goal is to be able to have that tank running for a month or two without having to touch it, without having to do any water changes. And I told you they were going to steal the food. This is not a feeding tank. This is not a tank that you put food in and sit there and watch, because these guys are ravenous. As you can see, there is tons of shrimp in this tank, and I could probably feed them more, but I don't. I'm going off of blind sight here, so we'll get there. We'll get there, guys. We'll get there. There you go. Can at least watch the whole colony swarm over that food. Ozzy's Office says 100 TDS, 200 conductivity, of pH drops to 6.5 to 7. Can I have Caridina? The main thing you want to check is your KH. So GH you can have 4 to 6. KH you want to have 0, and pH should be sub 7. So 5.5 to 6.5. Brandon says, why are Dragon Bloods so much more expensive? Because they are a little bit more rare than the others. Abstract says, do you taste all the shrimp pellets? Not intentionally, but that's the easiest way to bite some of those, or to break some of those harder pellets, is to bite them. Lady Rorschach says, they almost look like they have ink spilled over them. Tim says, I do 140 to 16 TDS. That's low, Tim. 5 to 7 GH, 0 KH, less than 6 pH for Caridina. Ozzy says, do you sell shrimp on your website? I have a few varieties on my website. If you're looking for something, we can work out a deal. Lady Rorschach says, I've become a moss buying maniac. I swear it's an illness. Let me know when you're going to place an order again, and I'll throw in some nice stuff for you. Brandon says, Crypt, do you know if orange eye blue devils are just high grade orange eye blue steels? Tim says, not sure, Brandon. I've only heard of black devil and red devil, which is orange eye red King Kong and black King Kong. See ya, vibes. Amber leaves and the production value starts slipping. I'm here. Kyle lost me at the genetics talk. Yeah. Aaron says, how can I get my shrimp to come to the food? Do you have any fish in the tank? Is it, I can't remember. Do you have fish in the tank? Is it just a shrimp tank only? Sharkfin says, does the blue intensify as it ages? These are blue dragon bloods. And the blue can vary depending on shrimp. And then you can cull to see. Carl says, 100% water change twice a year. Yes, when you reset the tank, right? June says, I either overfeed or underfeed. I need a schedule. And scrub your gravel with dish soap and bleach. Oh, God. I don't even use chemicals. Nate the Shrimp Nut, how are you? All right, we're running out of time here. Sharkfin says, which is better, sand or substrates or aqua sail for shrimp? Depends on what you want, what kind of shrimp you want. For Neocaridina, I would say sand. For Caridina shrimp, you want to do a aqua soil that buffers your pH. Tim says, I was supposed to say 140 to 160 TDS. Yeah, I was just giving you a hard time. Abstract says, what's the difference in body types between Neos and Caridinas? I feel like the best way I can describe it is Caradina have a wide or a more round head, where Neos are more of a pointed head. At least that's, without looking at them side by side, that's what I would say. Lady Rorschach says, I hope to place an order this month. As soon as I can, I will get in touch. Yep, just let me know. Tommy says, can I mix red pinto with blue bolt shrimp? Tommy, you can do whatever your heart desires. It is your shrimp. You do as you please, sir. If you do, they will no longer be pure. Your red pintos are a Taiwan B or my brain's turning off. They are a hybrid, so they're a cross between a Taiwan B and a tiger shrimp. Your blue bolts are pure Taiwan B, so you'll be creating Michelins. Jamie says, PoseidonsPets.com. Yes. All right, let's do the giveaway. So all of you that are left, go ahead and give me a number. Pick a number between 1 or 2. I've got 2 packages, and today's giveaway is sponsored by Mike Coleman, the AZ shrimp guy. So he is my local shrimp pimp here. I'd say we've been friends for a couple of years now, since I started getting into shrimp here in Arizona. He is a awesome dude, and this giveaway was supposed to be part of the 5,000 subscriber giveaway, but we didn't get a chance to get together before then, so I figured I would do it after. So I'm going to do a 2-part giveaway. I got one thing I'll give away today, and then we'll do another thing next week. So we will see how many we have number wise, and then we'll go from there. You guys type your numbers. I'm going to pull up the giveaway tool. All right, so quick numbers: 1, 2, 2, 6, 7, 8. I think the 2s have it. So we'll go ahead and do a 2. So what the 2 is a double pack. So it is a double pack. We've got some pumpkin shrimp lollies from Mike, as well as some almond leaves. So this is Mike's stuff that he sells here locally, as well as I know he's working on the website to get things up and running there. But we will do this giveaway for some Indian almond leaves and some of these pumpkin shrimp lollies. And sorry for everybody outside of the U.S., this will be a U.S. only. You guys can stop voting now. We're done. So go ahead and do present, share screen, share screen, share screen, share screen, hashtag shrimp. Go ahead and type hashtag shrimp in the comments now if you would like to enter for a chance to win these lovely pumpkin shrimp lollies. Jamie, you can enter. I could put this in a bag and ship it to Canada. It just costs me so much money when I ship things to Canada. It's not that I don't like you guys. All right, we got 38 people in here and 18 entries. Keep typing hashtag shrimp. You guys can do it. You got this. I believe in you. Just keep voting. Just keep voting. Ah! I clicked another screen and it started playing sound in my ears. I was not expecting that. Can you guys see what I'm doing? No. Okay. I'm looking up sketchy things. Just kidding. All right, 23 entries. Anybody else? 24. All right, we're still counting. Babe. Eric Y Rock, Kaylee Teeter, Nick's over here getting double entries. Oh, I thought I saw Rob vote. I was like, Rob, you have so much shrimp food. I don't think you need any of this stuff. No whammies. Hey, Thomas, how are you? Hey, Nick and Kaylee. Welcome, welcome. All right, hashtag shrimp. I'm going to be doing a giveaway, giving away some pumpkin lollies and some Indian almond leaves, courtesy of Mike Coleman, the AZ shrimp guy. Appreciate it, Nick. Nick says, got to throw the support. Thomas says, what are we doing? Are we doing a giveaway? Yes. Hashtag shrimp. You joined right at the end. Nate says, Rob needs variety too. I take it that's June. Only Oscars, other fish, and cats. Hashtag shrimp. All right. So hashtag shrimp. We'll let it go for another minute or so, and then we'll go ahead and roll this. Check in on the shrimp. How's the shrimp doing? Still being shrimp. Look at that fatty, absolute fatty there. Let's see if I can get her. Oh, you a fatty. Come here, fatty. She's like waddling. She's got so many berries. Come on up over that. Look at you, little berry smuggler. And kill some time looking at this fatty. Come here, you little berry smuggler. Hey, look, a little baby. Turn sideways. Roll that beautiful bean footage. Oh, look at those eggs. I told you she was a fatty. I saw her from across the tank. She's smuggling them berries. What's we got? Eric White Rock, new member. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate it. Let's go ahead and do a shrimp emoji bomb for Eric. You guys already beat me to it. I am totally missing the emojis. I was clicking like right above them. So if you would like to join the Poseidon's Pets membership and get access to all of these lovely shrimp emojis, feel free to do so. You can do so now, and then we will pick a winner. All proceeds go back to the channel as well as giveaways and helping everybody else out. It's a win-win for everybody. June says you sound like me getting up. I'm fat. That takes a little bit. Tim says, welcome, Eric. Shrimp emoji bomb time. Abstract says, what Caridina would you recommend besides crystal red shrimp, crystal black shrimp? Tangerine tigers are a good place to start. And then you can breed your crystal blacks and crystal reds with the tangerine tigers to make tang tais. Tang tais are fun. They look really cool. Jamie says, if I don't win, it's because Kyle is racist against Canadians. I live in Arizona. We get a lot of snowbirds. That statement is partially true. I'm not racist. You guys you drive too slow. Just drive a little faster. Nate says, what a porker, lots of berries. Yeah, some of those bigger females, when they get buried up, they're like, ugh, I feel like they're just waddling around the tank. I believe I also dropped a link to Talon. So Talon says, how do I become a member? So if you click that link, you should be able to become a member. Thomas says, haven't had a chance to check out your website in a couple days. I see that you added some shrimp, though. What kind did you add? I added some pure red line crystals, some tangerine tigers, and then some neo coals. But let's go ahead and get this giveaway under wraps. All right, big money, no whammies. Who's it going to be? Come on, big money, no whammies. Who do we got? Who we got? Betta Aquatics. Congrats, Betta Aquatics. You are the proud winner of some shrimp lollies. As long as you are in the United States. So if you're in the United States, you are a winner. Got some almond leaves, some pumpkin lollies, and next week, so what we got is some 3-in-1 powder, which is some, they call it dead shrimp powder, so DSP powder. And this stuff is supposed to be really good for baby shrimp. I've never used it personally, but good for tank maintenance. And I know Mike uses it every water change, but it just helps with the overall health of the tank. So Aaron's water buddy says, when I drop in food for the shrimp, it just sits in the dish. Don't feed for a week. I would not feed for a week. They'll be fine. You could probably go 10 days without food. Tolan, thank you for becoming a member. Time for shrimp emoji bombs. Welcome to the Poseidon's Pets Posse. So congrats, Betta Aquatics. So Betta Aquatics, go ahead and reach out to me via email. I think I have a link for that. Let's see. Sorry, catching up on chat. Tim says, that name just doesn't sound like something I'd use. Dead shrimp powder. Yeah, it's called DSP powder. And it's pretty popular in the shrimp community. So if you're first time hearing about it, that's what they call it, is dead shrimp powder. June says, how many plants should a 10-gallon tank have? I think I'm overplanted. As many as it'll fit is the answer. Monster Fish Gal, welcome to the end. Thanks, Tim. Yeah, apparently I don't have a command set up for that. So Poseidon'sPetsAZ@gmail.com. Betta Aquatics, go ahead and shoot me an email there. June says, I use the shrimp tanks to get the plants going before they go in the Oscar tanks. Oh, do they just shred it? Do they just shred your plants? My Oscars are jerks. I can't have live plants in there. I tried. Okay, well, it is that time of the evening where we are going to go over and raid Papa Shrimp. So sorry, Papa Shrimp, for taking too long. We decided to run long today, but Papa Shrimp is streaming over on his channel. So let's go ahead and jump on over there and just type in hashtag Poseidon's Pets. Let him know that I sent you guys all over there, and we will go say hi to him real quick. But congrats to Beta Aquatics for the winning of the giveaway. Stay tuned for next week or the following week. Sometimes I decide to not stream, so my next stream I will have the dead shrimp powder on there. So big shout out to Mike Coleman, AZ Shrimp Guy. Thank you so much for the donation. Definitely appreciate it. So if you guys want to check him out, he is on Facebook, Mike Coleman with a C. And you can always reach out to me and I'll send you guys his information. But take care, everybody. Hope you guys all have a good evening. Hope you enjoyed the show. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye. 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 Bye.